The leading cause of adult reversible blindness in the world is cataract, according to WHO, which is because of the nature of the structure of the eye involved, that is the crystalline lens. If you have been watching my videos, you'll notice that in one or two of my videos, I've made mention of the crystalline lens, and I've also talked about how age affects the flexibility of the crystalline lens and makes it impossible for the crystalline lens to focus the image of an object at near on the retina. So the natural crystalline lens contributes about 20% of its focusing ability to vision, which simply means that whatever affects the crystalline lens directly affects vision. Today I'm going to be giving you an intense explanation on how the crystalline lens develops cataract. Cataract is the cloudiness or opacity of the natural crystalline lens, which makes it impossible for light rays coming from the pupil reaching the retina. There are actually different causes of cataracts, and today I am going to be talking about the three major causes of cataract and how it reduces or it leads to loss of vision. The number one cause of cataract I want to talk about is age. Age is one of the major causes of cataract. Here is how age affects the crystalline lens. The natural crystalline lens is made up of lens protein known as the crystallines. We can say that this is where the name was coined from. As one ages, the crystallines start to change in shape and also clump together. And the refractive ability of the crystalline lens solely depends on this crystalline. Whatever affects these crystallines directly affects the crystalline lens as well as vision. So as one ages, I'm not a good artist, so this is just to show you what I'm talking about. So I don't know if you can see this good. So this is visible now. This is what the crystalline lens looks like, the crystalline lens of the eye. At old age, the crystallines, that's the lens proteins, start to change in shape, and of course they clump together. This causes a stain on the surface of the crystalline lens, thereby altering the transparency of the crystalline lens, making it to be yellowish in nature. I'm going to be using Vaseline gel to explain this very well for you to understand. So this is a Vaseline gel. We can look at it that way as the soluble proteins of the crystalline lens. So I'm going to be taking some of this Vaseline gel. This is a Vaseline gel to place on my cloth. Now, if you look at this very well, you notice that this Vaseline gel has caused a stain on my white, which will require me to use soap and water before I can wash it off. So this is the same thing that the crystallines does to the natural crystalline lens. When this crystallines stains the crystalline lens, it alters the transparency of the crystalline lens, making the crystalline lens to be yellowish, and of course opacity sets in. This is what blocks light rays from reaching the retina. This kind of opacity is what we call senile cataract or age-related cataract. Another major cause of cataract is trauma. I made a video where I warned people against slapping someone or being slapped, because when someone slaps you, it can lead to coagulation of this same crystallines, that's the lens protein. When coagulation occurs, it can lead to opacity of the crystalline lens, and this kind of opacity is what we call traumatic cataract. If I place this Vaseline under the sun, it's going to change from this form to a semi-solid or gel to a more jelly-like form. This is what happened to the lens protein when there is a heat or trauma on the face or directly on the eye. It causes the crystallines to change its state to a semi-solid or jelly-like form. One does not really develop traumatic cataract only by slapping. It can be due to accident or direct injury to the eye, or anything that can cause a direct forceful contact to the eye can lead to traumatic cataracts. Although it is usually seen in one eye, that's the affected eye, sometimes trauma can also occur in both eyes. Finally is the almighty diabetes and its relationship with cataract. Sometimes we've recorded cases or number of patients with drastic reduction in vision due to diabetes. Diabetes is a systemic disease that manifests itself in the eye, which means that if you have diabetes or poor control over diabetes, that's your blood sugar level, it can affect your vision in the form of cataract. So this is how diabetes affects your vision. The crystalline lens is an avascular structure. There are actually two major structures in the body that are clear and transparent. That is the cornea and the crystalline lens. And these two structures are located in the eyes. In a diabetic patient, the crystalline lens that is as vascular, and a vascular structure means a structure that does not have blood supply. This crystalline lens does not have a blood supply, thereby receiving its nutrients from a liquid in the eye known as the aqueous humor. In a diabetic patient, that's a person with high level of blood sugar, this can be detected in the aqueous humor, causing an increment in the glucose level of the aqueous humor. When this happens, the crystalline lens that receives its nutrients or nourishment from the aqueous humor absorbs this glucose, and where the enzymes of the crystalline lens known as aldolate reductase converts glucose to sorbitol, and this alters the nature of the proteins of the crystalline lens. Sorbitol is simply alcohol sugar that collects on the surface of the crystalline lens, thereby making the crystalline lens to swell. And when this happens, it leads to opacity, which alters the refractive ability of the crystalline lens. This entirely blocks light rays from reaching the retina, and when light rays does not reach the retina, the visual interpretation will not occur. This kind of opacity, we call it diabetes-induced cataract or diabetic cataract. The unfortunate thing about this is that it is usually seen in the two eyes. Unlike traumatic cataract that can just be on the affected eye unless it happened in the two eyes, but usually traumatic cataract are seen in one eye. But for diabetic cataract, it is usually seen in both eyes. The common symptoms that these people come down with include dew-like vision, smoky vision. They find it difficult to identify the face of a person unless the person comes a bit closer. People appear to be like dark shadows. For persons with cataract, all hope is not lost. That's why I started by saying it's a reversible blindness. One can actually go for cataract extraction and still have his or her vision restored. And for the elderly with this cataract, they usually freak out when they hear surgery. Cataract surgery is not a death sentence. It is just a procedure to remove the natural crystalline lens in the eye that is with a replacement of an artificial one that will help improve your vision. So if you're an elderly person or you have an elderly person that has cataract and has refused to go for cataract surgery, let the person watch this video and understand that cataract surgery is actually a painless procedure because of the relationship between healing process in a diabetic patient. It is very important for you to monitor your blood sugar level. I believe you enjoyed this whole lecturing, and of course you know what to do for me. Please like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel.